My 32F boyfriend, 35M, got in an accident in my car, didn't tell me, and now refuses to do anything about it. I am not the oop is you/Killustrated. Pixie. My 32F boyfriend, 35M, got in an accident in my car, didn't tell me, and now refuses to do anything about it. Originally posted to r/relationship_advice. Trigger warning, entitlement, gaslighting, weaponized incompetence. Original post, Rare Reddit July 24, 2019. Throwaway because this shit is embarrassing AF. I have been with my 32F boyfriend, 35M, for a little over 3 years. Every once in a while I will let him drive my car when is low on gas or if he has the good parking spot and doesn't want to move, etc. etc. A couple weeks ago I get a call from my insurance company letting me know they need a statement about the accident. What? After a solid 45 minutes of adamantly proclaiming this lady was full of shit and that there was no accident, the insurance rep said, well, we have a report that boyfriend's name was in an accident in blah blah parking lot on this date, claiming he was driving his girlfriend's car. Oh. I call my boyfriend, he denies up and down that there was no accident. I explain the call I received and he replies with, ooh yeah, I forgot about that. Apparently he had been dodging calls for over a month and did not tell me any of this was going on. There was no damage to my car, so there was no reason for me to think anything had happened. So, yesterday I was trying to work out with the insurance company details, get him to make a statement, and it's impossible. He stopped responding to my texts about the situation, so I call him. He clears it. I call him again. He clears it. He texts me, I am with my parents. Okay, but this is a serious situation and I need to speak with you about it, can you please answer? I don't want to fight with you in front of my parents. This isn't a fight, I need details about the accident from you. He won't take my call, so, I send him kind of a shitty text, something along the lines of, you can't even show me the respect to take my call about something serious? This isn't even a real relationship to you. Silence. Finally, after about 2 hours of radio silence, and me very very upset, I call again. He says, I don't have the energy to do this with you right now. I'm painting. I don't want to talk. I say, what about my feelings? What about me? He says, scoff, what about you? And hangs up. I haven't heard from him since. I know he is waiting for me to break down and contact, as that has historically been the case. I need some help drafting my response to the situation. I am frozen in shock and pain and am at a loss on what the next step is. Updated is 12:15 p.m. my time, and still not a word from this fool. He gives no fucks. I am done. Second update, so. He contacted. The text I just got was, we have the kind of love that was forged in adventure, and sealed in the bedroom. What? No mention of the accident or the fight? How do I even respond to this? Relevant comments. Stormelulan. He's 35? Seriously? Dump his ass. He got into an accident in your car, didn't tell you, denies it, acts like he forgot, and then won't speak to you about it. Wow, I can't even express how fast I'd be out of that relationship. Kataya Nelson 898. Okay, but like the last message he sent her, we have the type of love that's forged in adventure and sealed in the bedroom, is a quote from the Netflix show Disenchantment. Oop. It wasn't even an original lame-ass weak-ass line? Oh hell no. No, ordinary, rabbit. Is your name Gwen? Hilda. John, Honey 420. Do you know the extent of the damage on the other car? Or a possible contact? Maybe directly speak to the owner of the other vehicle. Oop. From what my insurance says, the lady just wants her deductible paid out, $500, to get her bumper fixed. Dumb BF says that it was barely a scratch, so that seems like a lot of money. I like the idea of talking to the chick directly. Top comments. Blabla Hannah. Are you absolutely positive that he isn't actually 3 children in a trench coat? Oop. OMFG, I'm crying laughing at this. Update, 35M, Crash Bandy child claims I was merely setting a fire for attention. Rare Reddit July 25, 2019, next day. You guys? I can't. First of all, I want to say a huge thank you for the responses I received on my last post. It is below for your reference in case you missed the comedic shitshow that is this recent life experience. https://www.reddit.com/r/my_32f_boyfriend_got_an_accident_my_car/. I was straight up blown away by the support, suggestion, and compassion I was shown by total strangers. Some of y'all had me dying laughing in one of the shittiest times of my adult life. A very kind gentleman from Scotland even offered to pay for my daughter and I to go out to a nice meal together because he noticed in the thread that I mentioned I was a single mom. Reddit rules. So, I know most of you said ghost him, but I just couldn't. While undoubtedly that is what he deserved, I needed to hear from his perspective why he thought any of this was okay before I could close the door. And honestly, I am glad I did because it solidified for me that this relationship was an excellent learning experience, that I had done my learning, and it was time to move the fuck on. His avoidance of the situation was explained by his thinking it wasn't that big of a deal. He said that he didn't understand why this lady was making such a big fuss about her bumper, and that I was unreasonably upset about it and he didn't want to talk about it until I had calmed down. Oh. Hell. No. I kept it together until I got his side of the story. According to him, they were both backing out of their parking spots and smacked into each other. He was all the way out of his spot, she was halfway out of hers when bang. I literally dialed the phone and SAT with him while he called the insurance rep and gave his statement. He was found at fault due to his being all the way out of the spot. I am not 100% sure what this means for me, my policy, or my pocket yet. As far as the relationship, done. When he came over to talk I had all his things packed up. I tried to explain how hurt and disappointed I was about his actions, and told that I could no longer trust him because of how terribly he handled this situation. He said, "I shit you not, oh, please. You just set a fire and expected me to come to your rescue and put it out, and when I didn't you threw a fit. I'm sorry. I just didn't have the energy to put out your fire. This is your goddamn fire set by your shitty actions and fueled by your avoidance." I burst into tears, handed him his bag, and said I needed him to leave. Now. I told him anything of mine left at his place he can throw away, or leave there until his next victim or mother comes and cleans it for him. Speaking of his mother, I did listen to you and craft a very detailed email to her with him CC'd. I explained what happened, and then asked her for his driver's license number and policy name and ID number just in case it's needed. Her response was, "I am very sorry that you are having to deal with all this, but I don't see how this is our problem if it was your car. I feel like this whole family are a bunch of lizard people sent to Earth to make me question my reality. Anyway. Single at 32 again. Woot. I am sad as fuck, but trying to focus on the plus side as someone said, cutting a bunch of dead-ass weight. Thanks again for all the love and laughs. Oh, and yes, once it is determined how much this is going to affect my rates and my pocket, I will be taking his cartoon quoting ass to small claims court. I have already spoken to my attorney about it. Much love. Pixie. Relevant comments. T3HD0N. I don't see how this is our problem if it was your car. Well, we found where he gets it from. Oop. Seriously. Here's the thing, if it had been me in his car, you best believe his fam would expect me to pay for any damages. And they have stupid money. Hilda. Lizzle Monier. Holly shitballs. This is crazy. And his mom, I guess you don't have to wonder how he ended up like this. Best of luck to you, and in the immortal words of my late father, better alone than with an asshole. Oop. Thank you. Yeah, his mom never really was my biggest fan, but I didn't expect a total shirk of responsibility here. JFC. Hilda. Super Crazy 07. That sucks. I mean, it's baffling that he can't just own up to a fender bender. They're pretty common and, while a small hassle, ultimately not a big deal. On the plus side, you've obviously dodged a huge bullet. Oop. On the real. Something that would have taken up 30 minutes of my life has now ended a relationship and resulted in a lawsuit because this motherfucker can't face reality. Hilda. Wolfwinter. Honestly, you sound pretty badass, and your ex-boyfriend sounds like a 12-year-old child. Good riddance. Oop. I think I'm alright. My kid adores me, my dog thinks I'm cool, and Reddit has been pretty good to me the past couple days. I can't be a total wank, right? Thanks. Last I saw Crash Bandy Child, he was carrying a duffel bag full of cologne bottles and gym clothes back to his car. Like a Jersey Shore audition reject. This is a repost sub, I am not the oop. Do not contact the oops or comment on linked posts, remember, Rule 7.